Hello everybody, this is a realistic braided unit tutorial and I was inspired by Braided Wig Queen here on YouTube, and this is where I learned it from, and y'all been waiting for this video, so here we go. Alright, so let's get started. So we're going to use the some needles, pre-threaded needles, and some thread. And we're going to use the mesh dome style wig cap. I purchased from my local beauty supply store. I love this because it's very breathable and it's easier to work with for me. And I love working with this. I've been working with this for a while and I'm comfortable with using this cap. And you'll need the Xression's hair, and I highly recommend this, because this is easier to work with, less tangly than the regular Kanekalon hair. And yeah, I really like this hair a lot. And I use these small, very small miniature crochet hook needle. You can use a sewing needle if you would like, but this is what I feel more comfortable with. So you do what you feel. That's in your heart, whatever your heart desires. And this is the frontal that I use from OMGqueen, and yeah. Alright, so I'm sewing down my frontal. Now, before that clip, that was when I first purchased the frontal, but I did chop it up a bit because I did use it to make another unit, but the other unit that I made didn't come out right. So I basically used that, used the frontal, but I cut the sides and everything. So I apologize for not showing how it looked, but yeah, I thought I did, but I didn't. But anyway, I digress. Alright, so I'm sewing down my frontal, and I do have several videos on how I do this. So I just wanted to breeze past through this and show you guys what I am doing. And I'm just basically sewing down my my frontal. You can do this prior to, braiding. As you guys can see, I started braiding. So you do whatever feels, comfortable to you. Okay. So that's basically it about that. And I'm just making sure that everything is taut, and that's what you have to do. Make sure that everything is tight. You don't want anything loose. Okay. So here we go. We're going to start here. And I'm going to use my small miniature crochet hook needle that you saw in the beginning. And I'm going to put it through a few or several holes in the mesh dome cap. As you guys can see, this mesh dome cap comes very, very in handy. And I'm going to use a very small piece of hair from the Xression's hair that I showed earlier in the clip. And I'm going to hook the small hair onto the latch hook, and I'm going to pull it through the mesh dome cap, as you guys can see here. Now you're going to pay close attention to this part. You're going to take one piece and slide it through the mesh dome cap while holding on to the other piece, because you don't want both pieces coming through, and that's the trick to that. Okay, and there you have the hair crocheted through the mesh dome cap. And now this is the hair that I will be using, well, the piece of hair, I'm sorry, that I'll be using. I did, pull it a little bit to make the ends tapered, and that's it. And so now we're going to lay the hair across, in between the small pieces of hair that we crocheted through the mesh dome cap. And we are going to tie it to secure the piece that we put in between the hair. And then we're going to make sure it's tight, and then we're going to knot it again. Now, I would strongly and highly recommend that you knot it twice, just as like I did, okay, or 3 times. It still might be a little slide, like you'll feel it sliding a little bit, but that's okay. It's not going anywhere, okay? But just make sure that you make 2 knots, okay? Now we're going to basically braid. You get your 3 parts and you're going to braid. This is technically not a braiding tutorial, but I do show how I braid the braid. Now, as you're braiding, as you know, you want to make sure that everything is tight. You want to braid tight because you don't want anything, looking loose and basically jacked up. Let's keep it real. But, just basically have it tight, okay? And as you guys can see, I'm pulling and tugging. This hair isn't going anywhere as long as you do these steps, and you should be fine, you know. And that's basically about that. So I'm just basically braiding down, and sorry about all that moving with the camera. Yeah, I apologize. But yeah, so that's basically about that. So yeah, so you're just basically gonna braid it down, and you're gonna braid, and make sure that everything looks uniform and nice and neat, as you guys can see. All right, so I'm going to show you again, and I'm going to talk you through it one more time. And I am placing the crochet hook through along with the hair. And we're going to pull it through while holding the other part, because you don't want two of the hairs coming through. And as you guys can see, this is what it is. And then you're going to place the hair in between those two small hairs. Then you are going to tie it, as I showed you in the last clip. And then you're going to knot it like I showed in the last clip to secure it even more. If you want to do 3 times, you can, but 2 is the minimum, okay? And like I said before, it kind of probably does slide a little bit, but that's okay. You know, it's cool with that. It's not going anywhere, but as long as you put those knots there, you should be fine. And then we're going to braid. My canvas blockhead was not cooperating with me. It's rolling all over the place. So, yeah. And then you're just basically braiding. And that's basically it about that. Okay, so this is what it should look like, nice and secure. All right, and basically I'm showing the same thing. So I will be back to talk about the frontal when I get to the front part. Just enjoy this little bit of music, and yeah, that's basically it. So I'll be back. All right, so we're at the front, you know, do a nice part and things of that nature. And this is what it's looking like. As you guys can see, I already started. And if you guys are wondering, yes, I did bleach the frontal. I do have a video on that. I'll put it down in the description bar below if you guys are interested, or in the iCard. All right, so this is what it's looking like so far. I did part it in the boxes, and I want to make sure it was straight as possible. You guys know I'm very anal about parts, so I hope they look good, but they look good to me. So this is what it's looking like so far. Now I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this. Okay, this is the first way that I thought was right, but after I watched Braided Wig Queen, I'm sorry, here on YouTube a little bit more, I watched you know, more in depth of her videos. I was like, oh, that's how you make it stay tighter. So this way is okay, I guess, like for a beginner. But I don't really like the outcome because it was looking a little bit loose, but you guys will see what I mean. But then some of you will probably think like, but it looks okay. But at the same time, to me, you guys know I'm very precise, and I like things to look as good as I like them to look. So you guys will see in a minute what I'm talking about. I mean, it came out pretty decent, but the other way is better, and that's the other way that I will show you in a minute. You guys will see what I'm talking about. And I'm just basically braiding and trying to keep everything tight, because you like I said before, you don't want anything loose. You want everything to look nice and uniform and together and not look jacked up. Okay, I'm sorry to use that, but that's just sums it up. But you just want to make sure that everything looks very nice and uniform. That's with me. I'm just like that. So I like everything to look nice and neat. And I'm also using gel and Eco Style gel, if you guys are wondering. I forgot to mention that. But okay, yeah, so I'm taking the part and I'm splitting the part that I made into two, as you guys can see. So I already parted it, but I'm parting it even further. And then I'm going to take my Xression's hair and I'm going to braid in the middle and pull the other two hairs together. So it's going to make the braid, the base, the foundation of the braid even tighter. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So that's basically about that. So I saw this on Braided Wig Queen YouTube video and I was like, oh, that's how you do it. Okay, so after I did this, that's how I did the rest of the frontal. Okay, because I didn't want it to be loose, and especially this hair is straight hair, it's very straight, so I had to make sure that, you know, I use a really good method to keep the braids from slipping and things of that nature, because you don't want that. Okay, so that's it. So that's the method. So that's the second method that I just showed you. That's the method that I use. And thank you to Braided Wig Queen. I want to give her credit, because I was just a little lost, like, so how am I supposed to stop this from, like, you know, almost slipping or what have you. So that's the way, and that's the way to go. It may look a little difficult, but you know, a lot more practice, you'll get a little better at it. With me, I still need some more practice, so that's it. So the rest of the video just basically showing you how I did it, and there'll be some pictures at the end, so I hope you guys enjoy those. And that's it, you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This is how I do it. You can tweak it the way you want to, you can do whatever you want to, and my hair doesn't look exactly like Braids Wig Queen here on YouTube. So, you know, I got a lot of people on my YouTube channel saying certain things, you know, in the comments. So this is how I do it. Okay, so you can do another way. You don't have to do it exactly like, you don't have to use the exact same hair, you don't have to do the exact same part. You can do it any way you want to. Okay, so that's basically about that. I just wanted to get that out there. And thank you guys to those of you guys that requested this, because a lot of people wanted to see how I did it, and that's basically about that. And I learned from Braided Wig Queen here on YouTube. So that's it, you guys. So that's it. You know, I don't mean any harm. I just wanted to put that out there because I try. You know, I like to come on here and show you guys what I learned and how I did it and things of that nature. So that's basically about that. All right. So you guys enjoy the rest of the video. I'm glad you guys stayed with me for this long, and thank you so much for your support, and thank you so much for the comments and the feedback, whether it be negative or positive or what have you. Okay. All right. That's it, you guys. Yeah. If you want a braided wig like this, please let me know at marquis1970@gmail.com, and I'll let you know the pricing, and you can definitely send me an Etsy. I'm sorry, look on Etsy. I have an Etsy shop, and that's it, because I'm selling these wigs. Okay, you guys. All right, that's it, you guys. If you have any questions, I'm sorry for the last. That's couple of them. That's me. I'm sorry, definitely like marquis1970@gmail.com. And the rest of you, thanks for watching. Peace. Bye.
Yeah, L to the B. Yeah, yep. I want balls, let me. I want balls, let me. Yeah. I want balls, let me. 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 Come on, reminiscing. Why say I want balls, let me. 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 Come on, reminiscing. Why say I want balls, let me. Eminem boss, L.A. Berry, lower Rick Ross. We did ball every day like say we did for court. I didn't blibble, jotty, cause we called it shots.